Hey fam, thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, my name is Kofia, and I just want to say welcome. On this channel, I upload insightful videos, and if you're returning, I just want to say welcome as well. I really appreciate the support and the loyalty. Everything you need to know about this channel is in the description box below. It will be a pleasure to have you as part of the family, so kindly subscribe and turn on the post notification. It lets you know when next I upload a video. You know, in life, we may never really understand other people's journey until we find ourselves in their shoes, which is very unlikely because no two individuals will react to circumstances alike. That's why when misunderstandings arise, emotions run high, and if we are not properly prepared to handle it with utmost care, there's always most likely a disaster. Has life hit you so hard that you've been knocked down? Have you gone too far to find a middle ground? Did it raise you so high just to pull you back down? Have you been so lost you can never be found? 'Cause I've been real, I've been fake. I've been a sinner, been a saint. I've been right, I've been so wrong. Yeah, I made my mistakes. I don't know what it's like to be you. You don't know what it's like to be me. What if we're all the same in different kinds of ways? Can you relate? We both know what it's like to be hurt. Ooh. We both know what it's like to feel pain. Ooh. But I think it's safe to say we're on to better days. Can you relate? Can you relate? Have you ever been left when you should have been loved? Has there ever been a time when you stayed when you should have run? 'Cause I've been real, I've been fake. I've been a sinner, been a saint. I've been right, I've been so wrong. Yeah, I made my mistakes. I don't know what it's like to be you. You don't know what it's like to be me. What if we're all the same in different kinds of ways? Can you relate? We both know what it's like to be hurt. Ooh, we both know what it's like to feel pain. Ooh, I think it's safe to say we're on to better days. Can you relate? Can you relate? Ooh, can you relate? Ooh, can you relate? I don't know what it's like to be you, and you don't know what it's like to be me. But by the grace of God, we'll see each other's hearts. Can you relate? Welcome back. Speaking on emotions, numerous gurus have postulated that emotions is like a psychological state or neuropsychological changes that are associated with thoughts, behavioral responses, and feelings. I do understand for a fact that emotions is energy in motion, simply put, if you agree with me. Meaning that whatsoever state of mind you find yourself can be controlled due to free will, which we all have. Now, we learn how to love. We learn how to feel guilt. We learn how to respond to shame. While on the other hand, we are born with certain emotions like joy and happiness, which is a positive one. We're born with fear, which is the most powerful. We're born with sadness. We're born with disgust. We're born with anger, which happens to be the most negative. This is just to mention but a few. Now, all these emotions can be overwhelming if we let it overpower us. An angry person can choose to be destructive or calm and collected. A fearful person can choose to face their fears and confront it or remain anxiously avoidant. It just takes a mindset switch in an individual. When it comes to learned emotions, in as much as we have those who have been taught healthy love, there are also those individuals who have had it rough and tough. Their perception of affection is misconstrued, and not because they choose to be that way, but because circumstances they found themselves in or the environment they grew up in has distorted their perception of what love is supposed to look and feel like, without realizing how unhealthy it is until we get to soul searching after so much self-sabotage. You really cannot give what you don't have. And it's at this point of soul searching that we come to the realization of self-love, learning to fill our own cup, and healing past traumas. Without proper healing, we will always and always find ourselves in a never-ending loop of repeated mistakes when it comes to giving and receiving affection. However, in terms of guilt and shame, I think that these two are intertwined, somehow related. Why? Because they both boil down to being accountable for our actions. And as an emotion that is learned, we have individuals who were never held accountable for their wrongdoings over the years from childhood. It mostly got away with actions or behaviors that should have been addressed with some sort of discipline. And so these adults grow up with the ideology that they can do no wrong. So rather than take accountability for their actions, they find themselves looking for someone to blame, or they develop the victim mentality. It takes character to own up to your own shit. And it also takes character to clean up your own shit. It all boils down to free will, as I stated earlier, without sounding like a broken record. Nevertheless, whether you were taught right or wrong, when it comes to learned emotions, it's never okay to inflict pain, be it physical or being verbally abusive, in the name of expressing your love or affection. Not unless you are a sadist. Now, a sadist is someone who derives pleasure and satisfaction inflicting hurt and humiliation on others. Now, I don't know your story. I don't know what you've been through. But deep down, is that who you really are? Is that who you really are? Or there's a child there that is looking for some succor? Or there's a child there that has been bruised? This is me sending you out some virtual hugs. You'll be fine. And if you find out that this is not who you are and you have been wearing a mask all along, it's okay to take off the mask. Find help. Professional help if need be. And you will be okay. I was listening to a podcast, not really a podcast, a program where TD Jakes was actually talking about parents, some fathers and mothers who separated and how it actually affects the children. Now, he actually elaborated something that I picked, that when it comes to separation, it's kind of difficult for the fathers to get along with the children, especially when the mothers are not around, or mothers who intentionally keep the kids away from their fathers. So I think that is where the whole abandonment issues come in, and emotional neglect. And another thing, most people don't really know their love languages. And so when it comes to even parents and kids, we tend not to know our kids' love languages, vice versa. So we don't know how to express love to them. And we always come off cold and distant. Now, there are 5 love languages. There are words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, physical touch, and what's the last one? And quality time. Thank you. And quality time. And we have some that are dominant. The most dominant will be the first 2 or 3. I, for one, I do know that my love languages are acts of service, gifts, and maybe a little bit of physical touch. So, and then down to words of affirmation and likes. Now, that is me. Other people are different. So you need to figure out your love language. And whoever you find yourself dealing with, it can be a platonic relationship, it could be father, daughter, father, son, mother, daughter, mother, son, friends, business partnerships. We need to discover the love languages of the people we are dealing with. I'm a product of a polygamous home. and my parents always had it for themselves. It got to a point where I was beginning to take responsibility for the whole misunderstandings and the whole pain, the whole trouble. And it affected me somehow because I became a bit emotionally unstable. But as I grew up, I realized that individuals are different and they handled conflict the best way they knew how to. It was just unfortunate that I found myself in the mix. What am I saying? Now, I am no guru when it comes to showing and expressing love, but I do know that when it comes to love, it's not supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to be draining. It's not supposed to make you feel rejected in any kind of way. Things may not have worked out the way you have wanted it to. You can choose to be positive, or you can choose to see life in a negative way. It's all up to you, no one else. It doesn't matter what life has thrown your way. It doesn't matter what your circumstances. But as long as you have grown up and you have gotten to the point where you can decipher right from wrong, the choice is up to you. Now, in expressing our inborn emotions or learned emotions, are you in charge of these energies, emotions, or are these energies in control of you? That's food for thought today. If you're not subscribed yet, please do so and hit the notification bell so that you get notified on my next post. Do have a super fabulous day. By the way, I have taken you all the way across country from Cross River to Lagos. Eko Onibaje. Have a super fabulous one.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much.